Simmergetic here. Welcome back to another video. If you've never been to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos or content. Today we are going to be doing a speed build based off of episode 1 in my build tutorial series, Building Made Easy. If you did not watch that video, I definitely recommend you going and watching that because that was a part of the speed build. This is kind of like a rendition or a continuation of that speed build. You will notice throughout the speed build that I include pictures in the top left hand corner of the different build sets that I used. I will leave the links to all of that custom content down below in the description, and I might even do a couple videos on how to use those build sets. I know this video is late, by the way, and for that I do apologize. Hopefully this won't happen again in the future. I just had a lot of things going on over the weekend, as I'm sure many of you can understand, so I couldn't quite get to the whole editing process. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the speed build. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns down in the comments. I'm also available on Twitter at Simmergetic, on Tumblr, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. So if you watched my first video in the tutorial series, Building Made Easy Roofing 1.0, you'll see that this is the same exact design that I used. And as I said in the intro, this was supposed to be like a spin-off off of that tutorial. It's actually kind of funny because I had to rebuild this 2 or 3 times, and I'm not sure, I can't remember why, but I had to rebuild it 2 or 3 times, so the design is kind of like etched into my memory. So if I lost this, I wouldn't be too upset about it because I could, you know, build it once again. Just trying to find different colors, the right color scheme. You'll see that I switch back and forth trying to make my mind up. Oh, and if you see those windows that I used, you also see the doors that I used. It's actually from Honeywell's bespoke build set. I'm going to start on the landscaping. I know this isn't my favorite part. It's a little bit more tedious, but I have heard people say that they like watching people Simmer's landscape because it might help you. I don't know. I'm going to leave that part up to you. If this does help you, please let me know down in the comments, and in my future speed builds I'll definitely do a bit more landscaping because I did cut some parts out. Another great piece of custom content I love are these ivies. I'll have to go back and see where I got them from. If you'd like me to leave a link, or actually I'll go ahead and leave it, a link in the description to these beautiful ivy plants that you can put on walls or columns. I'll put a link down below for you. I love these little potted plants, they're so cute. I never actually do this a lot, but I've seen a lot of pictures of houses, or just houses in general, you know, the little pots that people put in front of their front porches. I think that's so cute and so quaint. I don't know, I'm weird, but I love it. This is actually from a build set called BB Niche. This is from Buggy Booze on, I think it's Blogspot, but there's a whole set that it's like a garden set. There's actually 3 parts to it. There's part 1 BB Niche, part 2 BB Niche, and part 3 the garden set. This is one of my favorite build sets because it's so versatile. It has these little stairs you can place over your stairs and recolor them, so if you don't like the typical stairs that comes in the game, you could always cover them with these. And I like that they're all in collections folders. If you download the collection file, it'll all be in one place, so you don't have to sort through your custom content to find it. Now I'm going to do some more landscaping. Now, if you are landscaping, one thing to keep in mind if you're trying to get like tips on how to landscape from this speed build, Sims will not be able to reach these flowers very easily. So one other thing I might recommend is finding plants that go into the decoration section of the catalog. That way, the only problem you'd have is viewing the plant. That way you don't have to worry about your Sims not being able to reach it to tend to the plants if you have seasons. So right now I'm just trying to get the different color schemes. Now I'm just going to do some dirt around these plants to give it some more realism. Now next I'm going to be doing the split level. This can actually become complicated if you don't know what you're doing. It requires the cheat, using the cheat control for elevation. If you're not familiar with the cheat, I'd recommend doing some research first. Can become really complicated and you will get frustrated because it requires turning on and off the cheat several times. So yeah, I'm going to build the split level garage. You can even see that I was having a little bit of a hard time getting everything right. But eventually I was able to figure it out. I'm going to place my long gabled roofing here, and my long gabled roofing here. And then I'm going to do that Dutch style roof. Add another little nook for the garage so everything kind of matches up. If you did watch that last tutorial video, I showed you how to do this. Very useful for adding more space to your floor plan. And these stair overlays also came with Buggy Boo's garden set, BB Niche garden set. So I'm going to go ahead and add those to both porches. Go ahead and save the lot, because if I don't save, then something's gonna screw up. And I found that I've learned over the years that saving is so important whenever doing builds, because I've gotten all the way done with one before. I've spent hours on a build, and I'll get to the end and my game terminates, and I get so upset because so much of my heart and soul went into it, and just have my dreams crushed. So I would definitely recommend saving your game quite frequently if you're planning on doing very detailed builds like this. I'm going to go ahead and extend these dormers just to give it more symmetrical look from the front face, from in the front of the house. Also adds more space up in the dormers. We could do like a mini bedroom, small office. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but that will be in the next part of the speed build. Add a couple windows. These windows are also from Honeywell's bespoke build set. Wonderful build set. I'm going to be doing a review on that entire build set and everything you can do with it. It's great because it comes with different angles, Maxis angles, 45-degree angles, 35-degree. I believe it's 35-degree. But I will leave a link to that build set down below in the description. You should definitely check it out. Even if you don't use custom content in your game, I highly recommend you at least try using Honeywell's build set, because it works wonders. It makes houses, even custom content free houses, look 10 times better. So yeah, go check that out below in the description. And please let me know if there's anything in this speed build that I can, elaborate on. If there's any other questions you have about building, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely reply and help you out. If you watched until now, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I did building it. Also, sorry if it seems like I'm whispering. My boyfriend just got home, so I'm really weird about doing commentary with other people in the room, so that might seem like I'm trying to do ASMR, but I'm really not. I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background as well. She's meowing at the door. I had the door shut. He's cooking dinner, so. Now we're going to move on to the little sunken patio. Now, I've never done a sunken patio before in The Sims, so this is all completely new to me. But I'm going to start out with a 5x5, and I'm going to be using Buggy Boo's garden set trimmings to go around this to make the frame of the patio. And the great thing about using Buggy Boo's garden BB niche set is that it has these chairs, and they're linkable. They don't work as like a couch where you can make love on them or anything, but they're chairs that you can put around a fire pit, and Sims can actually sit on these. They look like blocks, but when we're done, it'll look like a complete fire pit patio. Or sunken patio is, I guess that's the technical term for it. And another thing I love about the BB Niche build set is it's so versatile. You can build so many things with it. You can do some pretty cool looking ceilings in your living rooms or any room in the house. You can do outdoor kitchens. You can do what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be doing the sunken patio. It's just a very versatile build set that another recommendation that I would recommend to anyone, even if you don't use a lot of custom content. At least have BB Niche's build set. It gives you the freedom to be creative and kind of like make any kind of structure you want, really. Some of the elements of this build set are offset, so your sim shouldn't have any problem using any of the objects around them. But I will say it is kind of tedious for the bigger projects. Right now I'm just kind of filling in the gaps to give it more separation between that and the rest of the patio or the rest of the backyard. So like I said, this set's very versatile. You can use any of these parts, any of these elements of the build set to manipulate. If you want a space not shown, you can use more of these parts to do that, like you see I did next to the stairs. I'm just going to use these white Max's plants to go around the corners. And I'm going to be using a terrain, a custom terrain that I downloaded. I could do regular flooring, but in this case I just want to do the terrain because it looks more natural in my opinion. Those lanterns that you see that I used in there, I didn't take video footage of that, but I will leave a link to those down in the description as well, so you can find those. And you will see here in a few minutes that I also use some Chinese lanterns, and I got these from Mod The Sims. I will leave a link to those as well in the description. Now I'm going to start on my pool. I'm going to do, I can't remember what they call it. I think it's called like a lap pool or something like that. I was trying to kind of decide what I wanted to do for the terrain, or for the, you know, the patio or whatever, for the backyard. I really like the white because it goes well with the white trimmings that I have with the gazebo and the sunken patio, and it goes well with the greenhouse. So I think I'm going to leave that section like that and do that other terrain that we used in the front yard and the backyard around this area. And I think right here is where I'm going to do my little outdoor kitchen area. Once again, I will leave the link to this gazebo down in the description. This actually came from the Sims resource. And it comes, I believe, in 3 different recolors. I think it comes in white, brown, and tan, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me. But I'll leave a link down below so you can go check that out. Now I'm trying to find like the right kind of table for a little sitting area. I was gonna do like this washed look, but it doesn't really go with the rest of the house, so I went with the white, and then I ended up changing the colors of that. Let's go ahead and put our fencing around here. Kind of had to play with this a little to figure out exactly where I wanted it. Still wanted to make enough room for Sims and for a little sitting area, maybe a little breakfast area where Sims can have their coffee and their breakfast. Of course, we gotta have some patio chairs. Now the idea is that this house is gonna be mostly for like a couple. Kind of wanted to give this little sitting eat-in area some separation from the rest of the patio. And I think I'm going to make that white as well. But I think I need something to contrast, so I went ahead and went with a different flooring for that little area. And add some pillows just for decoration. Trying to find an umbrella that works, so just bear with me here a second. I really like that one. I think I want to make that pink or yellow. Let's go with pink. Now I'm going to go back to the sunken patio, and this is where it can become tricky using Buggy Boo's BB niche set. I'm actually going to do a couple different elements from this. So there's some end tables that I'm going to use for behind the seating. and then just some trim walls. This way I can put like some flowers or you know, miscellaneous decorations behind it to give it some more character. So if you do download this build set, you can just play around with it, see what you like. Be creative. I encourage you to be creative with this build set. There's so many possibilities to it, and that's what I love about it. Also, if you download the BB niche set alone, you will be limited to the colors that you have. So I will go ahead and leave the recolors for the BB niche build set, all 3 build sets down below in the description. I don't believe that the color I'm using is included in that build set. So yeah, definitely if you want to have some customization with that, you will want to download the recolors as well. So we are almost done with the speed build. I am just adding the finishing touches for, you know, the sunken patio. Gonna add more lanterns. So I have my little jar lanterns and my Chinese lanterns. I do apologize for the chaotic camera movements. I try to fit this into 30 minutes, this whole speed build into 30 minutes, the best that I could, so I did have to fast forward. And I am a fast builder, so if this video was too fast, let me know down in the comments, and I will try my best to, you know, have a much slower video, to make a much slower video in my next speed build. There will be a part 2, which will be the interior of this build, so don't go anywhere. I do hope to be sharing that with you guys within the next week or so. But yeah, this concludes the exterior for the speed build, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching if you watched it all the way through. Please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this. Share it with your friends and fellow simmers. I'm Simmergetic, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, or morning. Happy simming, guys. Bye for now.